Hello and welcome to the video solutions for the actual IPMAT Indore 2025, the essay section. Thankfully, this was the easier of the two sections, unlike the previous years. So, essay was easier, MCQ was tad bit difficult. We will obviously be seeing MCQ in due course of time. For now, we are starting with the solutions for the short answer section. First question, as easy as they come. I would be delighted if this is the first question that I'm seeing in an IPMAT Indore paper. So yeah, Monica is 18 years old, 1/3 the age of her father. So clearly Monica is 18 and her father is 54. Age at which Monica will be half the age of her father. Now, so currently Monica is 18, father is 54. Both of them, when they grow, they are obviously going to grow by the same number of years, right? So if Monica grows by X years, father is also going to grow by X years. After how many years, or what is that value of X, such that Monica becomes half of her father. So this is nothing but half of the father's age. So it is 36 plus 2x is equal to 54 plus x. X goes to the left hand side, becomes x, and 54 minus 36 is 18. So after 18 more years, age at which Monica will be half of. So Monica's age is what we are trying to find. 18 plus 18. Monica's age should be 36. By that time, father is going to go from 54 to 72, and 36 and 72, Monica is half of father's age. That's how simple it is. Okay, so this was the first question here. Moving on to the next one now. Circle of radius 13 touches adjacent sides of AB, BC of the square ABCD at M and N. Okay, let's just first have the circle also. Adjacent sides AB and BC. So I'm naming this as A, B, C and D. Okay, at M and N respectively. So this is M touching here. So this is N. AB is 18, so the side, all four sides of square is 18. Circle intersects the other two sides at CD and DA, CD at P and DA at Q. So this is our P and Q. Great, okay. Then the area in square centimeter of triangle PMD. Let's come to triangle slightly later. If I just have my center here, and if I join this, so this has to be 90, correct? Tangent perpendicularity theorem. This also needs to be 90, tangent perpendicularity theorem. This we know is 90 because it's the angle of square, which means this whole thing, OMBN has to be square. Not only all four are 90, but the adjacent sides are equal also. OM is equal to ON, correct? And ON I think is also given, they are radii, so this is 13, correct? So this is 13, therefore this is also 13. This is also 13, and hence the total was 18, so this becomes 5 and this becomes 5. This much we know. Okay. Now, what else? Okay. Now, let's draw P, M and D. So, P to M and D to M. This is what we are asked. Okay. So, if you just pay attention, this is same as this, right? Correct. So this also will be 5. So the height of the triangle is 13 and 5, which is nothing but 18. So if I have to use my half base height I know is 18. Let's now try and find the base, which is PD. Okay. Now let's focus on this triangle. Let me call this X. So focus only on triangle OX and P. In triangle OXP, this guy is 5. This guy, radius of the circle, remember, so this is 13. Correct? This has to be 90. So it's a right angle triangle with two sides 5 and 13. It's a Pythagorean triplet. This guy has to be 12. And if that guy is 12, see, this part is already 5. So this also should be 5, which means the base PD becomes 17. Right? So this is 9 times, and 17 into 9 is 170 minus 17. So 153 should be our answer for this question. So again, I genuinely think it's a short answer section. You have lot of time for each question. This has to be hands down category A question. Moving on to the next question, or rather set of questions. The only sad part about this in the actual exam was once you skim through the whole section, you realize there were 3 questions on the same set. But the questions were not together, they were separately placed. So if you would not have skimmed through the whole section at the beginning, students would have had a difficult time and you probably would have left, because then it doesn't make sense to do so much for a question. If you skim through it, you will realize. So that's always a good habit, at least in essay section, where you have enough time per question. Anyway, so there are 5 teams, each consisting 15 members, and 3 different skill sets: biologists, geologists, and explorers. Number of members of each skill set vary, and each member has only one specialty. Total number of biologists, geologists, and explorers are equal. Great. Okay. So I've just created a table: A, B, C, D, E, the 5 teams, and the biologists, geologists, and the explorers. Okay. Total number in each team is 15. So this is 15, 15, 15, 15, and 15. So 5 into 15, 75. And they say the total number of biologists, geologists, and explorers are also equal. Therefore, this has to be 25, 25, and 25. Okay, now what additional data is given? Let's see that. Every team has at least 2 members from each of the 3 skill sets. At least 2, which means in this entire box, whatever is remaining, no value can be 1. It has to be 2 or more than 2. That's what we make a mental note, that 1 cannot come anywhere on the table. Obviously, 0 also can't come. It has to be 2 or more than 2. That's my first point. Okay. Now they say C and D have 6 biologists each. Okay, so 6 biologists here and 6 biologists here. Great. And team A has 6 geologists. Team A has 6 geologists. Okay, great. Every team except A has more biologists than explorers. So every team except A has more biologists than explorers. Okay, I don't know what to do with that for now. I'm just keeping it. Number of explorers in each team is distinct and decreases in the order of A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so explorers is distinct. I don't think what to do. So let's first probably start listing down this point, possibilities of this point. Except A has more biologists than explorers. Total is 15 in A. 6 are geologists. So what is left is 9. 9 has to be split in a way that biologists are lesser than explorers. And you know that none of the values in this table can be 1 or 0. So we start with 2. So if A has 2 biologists, then it has to have 7 explorers, correct? If A has 3, then this has to be 6. This guy is 4. This guy has to be 5. Anything else? If I do 5, then that will become 5 biologists. Then this will become 4. Which is not allowed because biologists have to be less. Every team except A has more biologists. So A has less or equal biologists as compared to explorers. Biologists cannot be more. Great. Okay. So basically possibilities are 2, 3, 4, and 7, 6, and 5. Now let's work with the other part. Number of explorers in each team is distinct, decreases in the order of A, B, C, D, E. Explorers are decreasing in the order of A, B, C, D, E. So explorers are highest in A. Let's assume explorers in A is 5. If this is 5, this will become 4, this will become 3, 2, and 1. You know that 1 cannot come. And they are decreasing. So if the first guy is 5, the last guy has to be 1, which is not possible. So 5 is out, and therefore 4 from here is also out. If you do 6, then there is a possibility of 5, 4, 3, and 2. So far, so good. Okay, let's just check the total also for 25. 6 and 5 is 11, 11 and 4, 15, 15 and 5, only 20, not fitting. So if you work with 7, then you have a 6, you have a 5, you have a 4, you have a 3. So 3 and 4, 7 and 5, 12, 12 and 6, 18 and 7, exact 25. Which means the only possibility is 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Correct? So I'm just going to clear these so that it's easier for us to read. So now you understand how did we arrive at 7. Okay, so I'm just going to clear these here and straight away write 7, 6, 5, 4 and 3. So clearly this guy, the biologists in the first team also has to be only 2. That is also sure. Great. So now we know 2, 6, 7. C and D, we can obviously find out the geologists also. 6 and 5 is 11. So this has to be 4. 6 and 4 is 10. So this has to be 5. Perfect. Okay. Yes, can we find anything else? Yes, I think we'll be able to find out the biologists. Let's just check. Every team except A has more biologists than explorers. Great. So now in B, this is explorer is 6, biologists have to be more. So the minimum value for biologists is 7. Can it be 8? 8 and 6, 14. And then the geologist will be 1, which is not possible. Correct, which means this guy has to be only 7 and 6, 13. So a bare minimum of so a bare minimum of 2, not 3 will be here. Only then it will fit. If I put 8 as the biologist, geologist will have to be 1, which is not allowed. Okay. Same way at team E, out of 15, 3 are explorers, so 12 is left, and you need more biologists than the explorers. So what is the possibility here? Can we have 4 biologists? Every team, do we have any other data? Not really. Okay. So in fact, now 25 is there, so we can work from there. 7 into 9 and 6 and 6, 12. 12 and 9 is 21. So this has to be 4. Okay. 6 and 2, 8, 12, 17. So this has to be 8. So I think, yes, this is what it is. I think now we'll be able to answer 3 questions based on this set very, very quickly. So I've just brought the table ahead, what we just solved, and now we have the 3 questions in front of us. Number of teams having more geologists than biologists. More geo than bio. So A definitely has that. Not B, not C, not D, but E. Yes. So there are 2 teams who have more geologists than biologists. Median number of biologists across the 5 teams. Biologists are 2, 4, 6, 6 and 7. 2, 4, 6, 6 and 7. So this guy is the middle value. So 6 is the median number of the biologists. Number of biologists in team E, clearly a simple answer, 4. And now suddenly so much of work becomes so much worth it because we are able to answer 3 questions in no time. So yeah, moving on to the next question now. Yes, let's see this question now. Again, a very, very simple question. Definitely category A question. Okay. It's a concept based on simple integral number of solutions. 7m plus 11n is equal to 200. M and n, they have said, are positive integers. Minimum value of m and n is asked. Great. Okay. So if we start with n is equal to 1, 200, so 189. 189, is it divisible by 7? It is. Yes. So if n is equal to 1, 187, 11. So 189. So 7 into 2, 189 by 7, 2 times, and 449, so 27. Yes. And obviously, you should know the concept here that now m is going to go in steps of 11 and n will work in steps of 7. They are positive integers, remember. So n cannot decrease, n only has to increase. And so now n will increase by 7 and go to 8. And this guy will decrease by 11. So 27 now becomes 16. We had to find m and n. So this sum is 28. This sum is 24. Again, 15 and 11 decrease. So 16 minus 11 is 5 and 20. So this cannot go further. I think this will be it. This is where we stop. So this has to be our answer. A very, very simple, straightforward question. Answer is 20. Moving on to the next question. Again, a straightforward question, very, very simple question. Obviously, if you know the property, but if you don't know, then it's going to be very, very difficult. You might as well have left it. Number of factors of this guy that are perfect squares. What you have to understand is for a perfect square, or rather for a perfect square, the factors always occur in pairs. So you can't have a odd power of any particular number in a perfect square. Okay, that's the only concept here. So if there is a 3 raised to 5, how many values of 3 raised to 5 or factors of 3 raised to 5 you are okay to have in your perfect square? You will be okay to have no 3's at all, or you will be okay to have 2 3's, or you will be okay to have 4 3's. You can't have 6 3's because the highest is only 3 raised to 5. Any of this, we are okay. Similarly, 5 raised to 8. So 5 raised to 0, 5 square, 5 raised to 4, 5 raised to 6 and 5 raised to 8. We are okay with all of these. Same 7 square, 7 raised to 0 and 7 square. We are okay with any of these. So to have a combination, how many values are these? 3. How many values are these? 5. So 3 into 5 into 2. Answer is a simple 30. 30 perfect square factors exist of the number 3 raised to 5, 5 raised to 8 and 7 square. It's a very straightforward property if you know it, and if you have taken IPMAT Indore, you better know it. If you are going to take IPMAT Indore, you still better know this. Moving on to the next question, the time and work question. This question was challenged. This question has two correct answers. But let's see the method at least. Arpita and Nikita working together, completed an assigned job in 12 days. So if I assume Arpita is working at A units per day, Nikita is working at N units per day. So A plus N is my daily output. They complete the job in 12 days. So I'm going to just assume my total work to be some multiple of 12. Let's say total work is 120 units. Arpita and Nikita initially complete, if Arpita works initially to complete 40% of the job and the remaining job is completed by Nikita, then it takes 24 days to complete the job. Out of the 120 units, 40% is done by Arpita. 40% of 124 into 12, so 48 is done by Arpita. Therefore, 72 will have to be done by Nikita. We are trying to find number of days Nikita worked alone. So, 48 divided by A. A is Arpita's units per day, right? This will give us number of days Arpita took alone. This will give us number of days Nikita took alone, and this total comes to 24, right? Now, another piece of information, they completed the job in 12 days. So, when they are working together, they are able to finish in 12 days. So, 12 days, the total work per day, the total comes to 120. A plus N will be 10. If A plus N is 10, I can think of this guy as A plus N is 10. So, N is equal to what? 10 minus A. 10 minus A, right? Oh, in fact, sorry, I should have done it the other way around. I should have, I want everything in terms of N. Okay, so this is N, 10 minus N. Now, let's cancel with 24 first. So, this is 1, this is 3 and this is 2. So, if I just rewrite this, this is 2 upon 10 minus N plus 3 upon N is equal to 1. Let's quickly multiply, cross multiply, take LCM and cross multiply. So, 2N plus 30 minus 3N is equal to 10N minus N squared. So, if I now create a quadratic on the left hand side, bringing everything on the left hand side, so N square becomes positive. So, this is N square minus 10N plus 2 is minus 8 minus 3 is minus 11N plus 30, which is equal to 0. So, 30, 11, 5 and 6 straightforward, minus 5 minus 6. So, this is basically N minus 5, N minus 6. So, N is equal to 5 or N is equal to 6. This is the problem with this question. They have said number of days Nikita requires to complete the entire job. Nikita alone has worked either for 5 days or 6 days. If Nikita has worked for 5 days, 120 by 5. So, Nikita has done 120 by 5. So, Nikita's contribution will be 24. See, point is, if Nikita has worked for 5 days alone, which means 19 days Arpita has worked and the other way around. So, you will anyway get two answers. Now, to find out the days that Nikita has worked alone, this is N is equal to 5 is what? The number of units per day. So, 120 by 5, Nikita could have worked for 24 days. Or 120 by 6, Nikita could have worked for 20 days. So, I think there are two correct answers for this particular question. Moving on to the next one, again very, very simple question. Simple polynomial and remainder theorem is what is to be used here. Polynomial is given, leaves the remainder 3 when divided by x minus 1, which means P of 1, which means you'll put x is equal to 1, you'll have A plus B plus 5 is equal to 3. So, from here you know that A plus B is minus 2. And remainder 2 when divided by x plus 1. So, P of minus 1. Minus 1 means x is equal to minus 1. So, A will be positive because it is squared, minus B plus 5, which is equal to remainder of 2. So, from here you know that A minus B is equal to 2 minus 5 minus 3. So, yes, this equation and this equation solve simultaneously. You are going to get AB, therefore, you will be able to find 2B minus 4. That's about it. Okay. So, just quickly add these two. So, 2A is equal to minus 2 plus minus 3. So, this is minus 5. A is minus 5 by 2. Now, let's put this in the first equation maybe. So, minus 5 by 2 plus b is minus 2. So, b is equal to minus 2 plus 5 by 2. Therefore, b is equal to minus 4 plus 5, which is 1 by 2. So, minus half. Okay, great. So, finally, 2b minus 4a, 2b, so 2 into half is 1, so 1 minus 4a. 4a is 4 into minus 5 by 2, minus 20 by 2, minus 10. So, 1 minus minus 10, answer is going to be a straightforward, simple 11. So, we are going to say 11 here. Moving on to the next question, question on matrices. Now, A is given, A cube is given, and we are asked PQR. Thinking wise, there is no problem. I know that I have to go from A to A cube, get some answers in terms of 2, 4, n, and then maybe equate it to PQR and get some answer for PQR. That's the only way to solve this question. Therefore, and definitely it's an essay section. It's a little lengthy, but essay you have all the time in the world. You definitely should have done this question. Okay, let's start. We'll start with A squared. So, A squared is what? 2, 4, n, 1 multiplied with another 2, 4, n and 1. Okay. So, the first row, first column, 2 into 2, 4, 2 into 2, 4 plus 4n. So, my first element is 4 plus 4n. Then 2n plus n. So, this becomes 3n. Then 4 into 2, 8 plus 4. So, this becomes 12 and this becomes 4n plus 1. So, 4n plus 1. This is my A squared. Multiply this again with an A again. So, 2 times, 2n, 4 and 1. Okay. So, this is A square and A. So, this now what we'll get is A cube. 4 plus 4n into 2. So, 2 into 4 is 8. 8 plus 8n plus 4 into 3, 12n. So, 28 plus 20n is my first element. Next, 4 into n, 4n plus 4n squared plus 3n. So, 4n squared plus 7n. Second row, 24. 12 into 2, 24 plus 16n plus 4. So, 28 plus 16n and 12n and 4n plus 1. So, 12n and 4n, 16. Yeah, 16n plus 1. This is our A cube. Obviously, we are going to equate that with 27 times 4, P, Q and R. So, this is nothing but 27 into 4. 27 into 4 is 108. 27Q, 27P and 27R. This is what we are given. So, clearly from the first element itself, we will be able to find the value of n. 8 plus 20, n is 108, subtract 8. So, you have 20, n is 100, 20, n is 100, n is equal to 5. So, you clearly from here very simply get n is equal to 5 just by equating these two. Okay, now we can quickly find out the value of P, Q and R. So, P is 28 plus 16n and 27p. So, 28 plus 16n, 16 into 5 is 80, 80 and 28 is 108, 108 is 27p, 108 is 27p. So, P has to be equal to 4. Okay. Moving on to Q now. So, I'm going to put here. So, 4 into 5, 100, 135, 135 and 27. 135 and 27. So, Q has to be equal to 5 and 16n plus 1. So, 16 into 5, 80, 81. So, this is 3. 27 into 3 is 81, right? Okay. We are asked what? PQR, P plus Q plus R, 4 plus 5, 9 plus 3, 12. Yeah. So, application of concept wise, it's not difficult at all. You just have to do the grunt work of from A to go to A square to A cube, then correspond and substitute and get the value. So, out and out category A question in an Indore essay section. Moving on to the next question now. Next question on log and AP. So, two concepts. I would still put this as B, not maybe C, definitely. But it's not absolutely simple as the ones we saw earlier. Great. Okay. So, the three terms are given and they've said that they are in AP, which means twice the second term is equal to first plus the third term, right? So, 2 times the second term, which is nothing but log of 2x square plus 1 to the base of 3 is equal to log of x square minus 1 to the base 3 plus log of 6x squared plus 3 to the base of 3. The good part about it is all the logs have the same base. Okay, I'm going to get this 2 here. So this becomes 2x square plus 1 the whole squared. Once you do this, then if you see, in fact, let me just write this so you'll be able to understand this better. Log to the base 3 is equal to, on the right hand side, what we have? On the right hand side, we have addition of the logs with the same base. If the logs are added with the same base, you know that you can compress them into multiplication, which means this becomes log to the base 3 x square minus 1 times 6x square plus 3, right? And now we can obviously cancel log from both the sides. So now it is very simple solving, algebraic solving of the expression. So 2x square plus 1 the whole square. So this becomes 4x squared, correct? Plus 2 into 2, 4x square plus 1. So this is 4x square. Sorry, this will be 4x raised to 4 and 1 square, which is 1. Now this is nothing but x square into 6x square. So 6 times x raised to 4 plus 3 times x square minus 6x squared minus 3. So this is 3 minus 6x raised to 4 minus 3x squared minus 3, and here this is 4 times x raised to 4 plus 4x square plus 1. So if I solve this, you will get 6x4 minus 4, 2 times x raised to 4 minus 3x square minus 4 is minus 7x squared, and minus 3 minus 1 is minus 4 is equal to 0. So now if you treat this as a quadratic in x squared, okay, we generally have quadratic in x, right? Just think of this as quadratic in x squared, it becomes very simple. So you have the product as minus 8 and the sum as minus 7. Product is minus 8, sum is minus 7, it's going to be minus 8 plus 1. Okay, minus 8 plus 1, that's how you're going to split the middle term. So minus 8 plus 1, which means, let me just save some space, so I'm going to write it here. Minus 8 plus 1 is 2 x raised to 4 minus 8x squared plus x squared minus 4. Now this is equal to 0. So from the first two terms, 2 times x raised to 4 and 8x squared, you can take 2 times x square common. So you have 2x square and then you will have x square minus 8, and from x minus x square minus 4 and plus 1, you will have x square minus 4, which is equal to 0. So what do you have? You have x square minus 4 times 2x square plus 1 is equal to 0. So x square will be equal to 4, or x square will be equal to minus half. X square is equal to minus half. Square of a number can't be negative. So I'm going to straight away eliminate this, and x square is equal to 4 is what we know. If you know x square is equal to 4, and if you see the terms, all of them are in x square. So you don't really have to worry about x will be plus 2, minus 2, 2 possibilities and all of that. Let's just quickly go here. If x square is 4, this guy becomes 3, and 3 to the base 3, the first term of the AP is 1. Here x square is 4, so 2 into 4, 8 plus 1, 9. Log of 9 to the base 3 becomes 2. Now I don't have to go ahead. You know that they are in AP, which means this guy has to be 3, which means 4, which means 5, and which means 6. We are asked what sum of the next 3 terms. This is what we are asked. 4 plus 5, 9 plus 6, 15. Okay, that's about it. Moving on to the next question now. Next question is on modulus and addition of the distances. ABC, 3 distinct natural numbers. They're all less than 100 and they're distinct and natural. So 1 to 100 and all 3 are unique. Such that mod of A minus B, mod of A minus B and addition of mod of B minus C is equal to mod of C minus A. We are asked the maximum possible value of B. Okay. Now, how do we maximize this? If you maximize this guy, the right hand side, okay, mod of C minus A, which means C can be as high as possible, A can be as low as possible, then the difference of C minus A will be as high as possible. If you think of this in a number line, they are all distinct natural numbers. Okay, because I want C minus A to be maximum, I'm assuming A here and I'm assuming C here. They're all less than 100, which means this guy has to be 99 and this guy has to be 1. Such a way that so 99 minus 1 is 98, which means this guy on the right hand side, the value is 98, right? Very, very, very important. Now, what you are essentially, see, what we are not asked max value of A minus C, we are asked max value of B. What is the max value of B, or rather, where will you fit B? B is depending on what? Between the two endpoints. Let's say B is an integer, correct? So let's say you take B here at 2. What is B minus A? 1. What is C minus B? 99 minus 2, 97. So what is the addition? Which means this was 1, this was 97 and 98. So it is fitting the right hand side, which means B is equal to 2 works. Correct? We are trying to find maximum possible value of B. Let's go to the other end now. On the other end, C is already 99. B can't be 99. If you take B as 98. Now what happens? C minus B, B minus C, it's mod, so doesn't matter. This is 1. This 98 minus 1, this will become 97. So 97 plus 1, 98. B can't go more than that. So maximum possible value of B, 98, such that addition of the two distances is becoming 99. As a property between two fixed points, you will put B anywhere on that line, the sum total will remain constant. Sum total will always be 98. You don't really have to check. Which means if you are asked to maximize, you directly go to the highest possible value. If you are asked to minimize, you directly go to the lowest possible value. So in this case, highest possible value of B is going to be 98. Lowest possible value of B is going to be 2 because A is 1. Okay, it's as simple as that. Moving on to the next question. Again, very, very simple PNC question, definitely category A. 8 teams take part in a tournament and everybody is playing with everybody else. So the total number of matches as simple as 8C2, correct? One team got suspended after playing 3 matches due to the disciplinary issue. So they did not play any more matches. So they played 3 matches and then they did not play any other match. Okay, so everybody else definitely went on to play their own matches. How many were left? 7 people. So 7C2 and 3 should give us our answer. 7C2 is what? 7 into 6 upon 2 into 1. So 7 into 6, 42 by 2, 21 plus 3, 24 has to be the answer here. The other way to think about this is what I said earlier. Total number of matches 8C2, correct? So 8C2 is 8 into 7, 56 by 2. 56 by 2 is 28. The team that got suspended, they were supposed to play how many matches? They were supposed to play 7 matches. 8 teams, so 7 other teams except me, correct? So I should play 7 matches. I played 3 and then I got suspended, which means I could not play 4 matches. So the other way of looking at it is 28 minus 4. 28, how did you get? I got it as 8C2. 28 minus 4 is also 24. So we are going to say our answer is a short and sweet 24. Moving on to the next question. This question I would put somewhere between B and C. Again, only because it is lengthy, not because it is difficult. Sum of the first 21 terms of ln A by B, ln A by B root B. ln is natural log. Natural log means the base is fixed. Base is E. Okay. Natural log ln A by B plus natural log A by B root B and natural log A by B squared and so on and so forth till 21 terms. Okay, this they have given to be, and the addition is given to be A raised to M upon B raised to N. All the bases are same. E, logs are added with the same base. You are obviously going to take, you will be able to multiply everybody, which means natural log A times A times A times A 20, how many? 21 terms. So this straight away becomes A raised to 21. And B is B root B is B raised to 1 and B raised to half. So 1 plus half is 3 by 2. So B raised to 3 by 2 into B raised to 2 and so on and so forth. Now this is equal to ln A raised to M upon B raised to N. Obviously now we can send ln also home. A raised to 21, A raised to M. So M is clearly 21. So this guy here, there is a 21 plus we will have to figure out the value of N. What is N? N is nothing but addition of 1 plus 3 by 2 plus 2 and so on and so forth. So if you see 3 by 2 is 1.5, correct? So the difference is 0.5. So 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, so on till 21 terms. We can quickly use the formula for Sn of an AP. Formula for Sn of an AP is what? N by 2. How many terms do you have? 21. So 21 by 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 times d. 2a is what? 2 times 1 plus n minus 1 times d is 21 minus 1, 20 times d, which is half. And that's about it. Okay, so this is 10 plus 2, 12, and we cancel with 2. So this will give us a 6. So 21 into 6 is 126. So the value of n is 126. So 21 plus 126. Do we have an answer here? 147. Yes, this is my answer for this particular question. Moving on to the next question now. English and math exam were conducted separately for 120 students. Again, so this question is it's a pain to read the question and interpret the question. Once you pass that initial pain, question is actually not very, very difficult. If you read the question, you'll realize that they're talking about English and maths. They're talking about people who passed, people who failed, people who did not appear at all. So I'm just going to start with creating a very simple table. Let's say I start with pass, failed, and let's say not appeared with English and maths. Conducted separately for a class of 120 students. Okay. So I'm going to start with a table looking like this. Total, how many English exams were conducted? Yes, 120 people took and 120 people took or did not took, basically some of that. Now, number of students who did not appear for English is twice the number of students who appeared for maths exam. Who did not appear for English exam is twice the number of students who did not appear for maths. So, not appeared for English is twice not appeared for maths. Let's say this is 2x, this is x. Okay. Number of students who passed math is twice the number of students who failed English. Passed maths, let's say this is 2y, and failed English, so this guy becomes y. Number of students who passed English is twice to appeared but failed. So, passed English is z, appeared and failed is z, 2z and z, yes. Yeah, that's about it. What are we trying to find? Number of students who appeared but failed English. So, English failed is what we are trying to find, which means we want the value of y. Okay. So, the two equations that we get from here is 2x plus y plus 2z is 120. The other equation that I get from here is x plus 2y plus z, which is also equal to 120. Remember, we are trying to find y. There is no point finding out x and z. Okay, we are trying to find out y. If I am trying to find out y, which means, see, if I somehow get a 2 here and a 2 here, and then subtract from the first equation, x and z will go home. Whatever is left will be y, which means if I double the second equation, so this becomes 2x, 4y, 2z and 240, and I think now I'm set. So if I subtract the first from the second, cancel, and 4y minus y is 3y, which is 120. Yep, so we are sorted. This has to be 40. Yeah, so our answer here is a simple 40.